I got to get up where the guns never let up. Brothers die slow when the game gets sped up. Hope is just a broke, always getting wet up. So brothers stay fed up and they smoke to keep their heads up. Bill and Ted only come around the cop cause they excellent adventures don't involve getting shot. The box that cats rock catches static from cops. The same second they try to set their foot on the block, they got them on lock. Supplying the coke for the rock, tying their dreams to fiends while the prison gets stocked. Stop. Geppetto got the ghetto, rocking stilettos, lap dancing in an office, face down in some jello. Money green be the color, hip hop be the tempo. About 80 beats per minute, rocking you in your temple. Image is everything. So families hard at work stay invisible. Most brothers don't slang, but we're regarded as criminal. Some that do got a day job they're committed to, but deception be the drug every election's addicted to. My high school never had many computers, but they always had plenty military recruiters. What? My high school never had many computers, but they always had plenty military recruiters. I say my, and y'all say city. My city, my city. I say is to, and y'all say gritty. Is to. Gritty. Is to. Gritty. I say my, and I'll name the cities. Baltimore, Baghdad, Darfur, Philly.
Son of none performing in front of the state capitol here in St. Paul. This is Democracy Now! Breaking with Convention, War, Peace, and the Presidency. From the streets to the suites to the convention floor. We're live here in St. Paul, broadcasting from St. Paul Neighborhood Network, and a shout out to our friends at KFAI Community Radio in Minneapolis. I'm Amy Goodman. Outside the Xcel Energy Center, thousands of people filled the streets of St. Paul for a rally and march organized by the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign last night. Rick Rowley of Big Noise Films filed this report for Democracy Now!
With over 200 people still in jail after Monday's arrest, and with a massive police presence in the street, the Poor People's March prepared to set out and braced for the police response. Sherry Honkala addressed the crowd.
The dominant question that the media keeps asking me is, are you afraid? And the answer is no. I am not afraid. What I'm afraid of is if we continue to let our voices be cut off. What I'm afraid of is people continuing to die on the streets of Minnesota because they're homeless. This is what I'm afraid of.
A diverse coalition rallied together under the banner of the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign.
My traditional name is Nigan Nawiwidan, or Thunder Before the Storm. My colonial name is Clyde Belcourt. I'm founder and national director of the American Indian Movement. I'm here to stand up to this George Armstrong, Custer Bush frontier mentality and John Wayne McCain frontier mentality that exists here in America today. We stand with the people. And if we don't do that, there will come a day when we'll need a permit just to leave our home to go to something like this.
The protesters pledged to be nonviolent, but riot police rushed into the rally to arrest an indie media reporter. Protesters backed the police out of the park, but they made 2 more arrests, tasing one man as he lay immobile on the pavement.
He's not resisting! He's not resisting!
While independent reporters were being arrested, Fox News arrived, embedded with the Minneapolis police.
Talk to you for a second?
Not right now. A little busy.
All right. Are you embedded with the police?
Camera back now.
The march disengaged from the police and wound through the city, pausing in front of the jail where hundreds of protesters remained incarcerated.
Bruce Wright with Refuge Ministries, and I'm with the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign, the Tampa Bay chapter of it, and we're here marching with the Poor People's Campaign for Economic Human Rights. Today we're having a march for our lives, representing the needs of the homeless and the poor of our country. There's been a war ongoing against the homeless and poor, particularly people of color in our country, and we're tired of it. We're not going to take it anymore. We believe it's an issue of justice. As a person of faith, I believe it's an issue of faith as well, and that's why I'm here.
My name is Deborah. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Why are you here today?
I'm here marching on the RNC to stand up, speak out, fight back against the war that's going on in Iraq and bring the money back to the USA for housing, education, homelessness.
How do you think today's event is going?
The day event is very good. I feel that people are empowered today by what is going on, and they understand what is going on. It doesn't matter what the RNC agenda is. It doesn't matter what the Democrat agenda is. It doesn't matter what the is. We're all one, all for one and one for all. That's what's going on here today.
The march swelled to several thousand and made its way to the convention center, where Sherry Honkala delivered a citizen's arrest through the steel fence.
We're here today because we want to charge the folks that are in the Xcel Center with crimes against humanity. People are dying here in Minnesota and across the country. They don't have access to health care. They join wars. They go overseas, and poor people kill other poor people just so they can have a job. I just want to practice my First Amendment rights to speak out, and I can't do that behind a cage. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I just want to talk to somebody. I'm going to just deliver the citizen's arrest through the fence. Please don't kill me for that. It's a piece of paper, and it's an American flag. The whole world is watching.
As the march ended, the police gave an order to disperse and quickly moved in to clear the streets. The second day of the convention closed with St. Paul's streets in chaos. Protesters once again brought their demands to the Republicans' gates, and the police once again responded with tear gas, tasers, and arrests.
Special thanks to Rick Rowley of Big Noise Films for that report. Also thanks to Elizabeth Press, Fatima Mojadidi, Rebecca McNeese, and Jordan Hansen. I am joined right now here in St. Paul on Democracy Now! By the national organizer of the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign, Sherry Honkala, longtime organizer and director of the Kensington Welfare Rights Union in Philadelphia, now living in Minneapolis, here in the Twin Cities. Welcome to Democracy Now!, Sherry.
I'm very happy and very thankful for shows like yours.
Your thoughts on the Republican convention and what you feel needs to be the policy, the way to deal with the poor in this country?
Well, we've been trying to organize a poor people's movement for over a decade now, and we've just been fighting to, I think, do the most important thing, which is to make poor people visible. I think that the majority of the people in this country don't know the conditions in which people live in, and only if they saw with their own eyes, seniors having to share medication, farmers being thrown off their land, homeless people living under bridges. And I think that if they saw those daily images, that the American people are good people, and I think that that they would be moved to do something about the situation. But with the combination of the lack of civil liberties and the ability to march and to speak about what's happening in this country, as well as the takeover of corporate media in this country, it's one of the hardest struggles that I've been a part of to show the faces of poverty in this country.
Your group was also at the Democratic Convention in Denver.
Yes, members of the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign were also at the Democratic National Convention. Things were also difficult for folks there to put a face on what's happening to the majority of the people in this country.
Talk about your own story, Sherry Hunkela. How did you get involved with this?
I'm a formerly homeless mother from the Twin Cities, and I have an older son who's 28 now, but at the time he was 9 years old. And
he's Mark Webber, the actor.
Mark Webber, the actor now. And the both of us almost froze to death on the streets of Minnesota because we couldn't get into the homeless shelters here. And so I decided one day to move into a government-owned, abandoned HUD property